Hi everyone, I'm Blythe Whealy, and today we're going to do a deep dive into the film The Ballad of Travis Hunter. Getting to talk with Cole Meyer. I'm so excited to talk to you and get further into this one. Something about this film that I think is really interesting is it revolves around country music. So we have to ask the question, are you a country music fan?
You know, you get a lot out of country. They talk about love, pain, heartache, life, death, patriotism, God, all that kind of stuff.
For starters, we want to talk about your relationship with Cole Meyer. You've worked with him a lot in the past on many different shorts. What has that been like working with Cole, and why do you keep coming back?
I think Cole's great. We have a similar aesthetic of what's good and what's funny, and we actually have a friendship. And I really like being on set with Cole. It's both fun and professional, and he kind of lets me take the character and run with it and do my own thing with it, and that makes it a lot of fun as an actor. He's given me a lot of opportunities. It's like each role gets better, and here I'm the lead. So it's been going pretty well, and I look forward to the future with the cinematics as well.
Having the honor to be alongside this wonderful star. This is Eric Roberts. And Eric Roberts, thank you for being with us today.
You are more than welcome. Thanks for having me.
I want to get started on talking about your character for this film. What was it like deciding that you wanted to take this on?
It was not artistic. A lot of times when you choose roles, it's not because of the character or the need to play that kind of personality. In this situation, I liked the script very much, but I liked the producer and also star. He's also starring in it. I thought he was a valuable human being as an artist, and I wanted to support him. So that's why I got involved. And then he was smart enough and talented enough to surround us with great people. Like, we have an incredible DP who takes beautiful pictures, and he knows how to light a scene. And that may sound like nothing, but that's everything.
It's huge, yes.
So you know, and so that's why I'm involved. I'm involved because it's a young filmmaker who is worth it. And so he asked me to come along. I said, here I am.
Here with the wonderfully talented young star, Mavyn Allen. Mavyn, I'm so glad that you're here with us today.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're here too.
So the first thing I want to ask you about is, of course, your character. Who is she? Can you tell me a little bit of backstory on Savannah?
She's very quiet. She doesn't talk a lot. She's kind of like a petite lady. Like, she's not super, like, you know, out there. She's quiet, and you know, she's shy.
So when you had to get into that mindset to play this character, was that difficult for you? Do you feel like you're shy, or is that super easy to kind of feel that out?
Well, I'm very outgoing in real life.
Yep, I can tell.
So I'm not super shy, but it wasn't like super hard or anything to like play the role. It's pretty easy, you know, being shy.
Right now, we're joined by the wonderful Thomas Altman, and we are so glad you're here. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Can you talk to me a little bit about the difference between these two feature films you've worked on with Cole Meyer?
This film is more of a family-based sort of drama, PG-13 light, whereas Chase more of a hard-boiled, hard-edged, but more of a cosmopolitan story with a lot of raunchy subject matter, so two vastly different sort of story concepts.
Are there any artists that really have hit you?
I do love the Outlaws, so that's like Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, but then I also like, I talk about this in the film, but I grew up on like Brooks and Dunn and George Strait, and there's some people now in modern country I like Luke Combs.
So in this film, you get to share the screen with two handsome gentlemen, HT and of course Chris. And when we're talking about your relationship between those two characters, what is that like in this film?
In general, she's just uptight, and really wants to be happy and in love, but nothing is working. You know, the marriage is falling apart. She's got a lot of animosity. She wants to be happy with men, but she just can't be, she isn't. And I think throughout the film, Amy kind of just realizes that maybe she needs to focus a little bit more on herself and not be so, you know, worried about that. Yeah. And trying to find her own happiness, like from when she was younger.
True.
So yeah, but acting off of those guys, they're both really great actors, and they're both really fun to play off of. So I've had a lot of fun working with both of them.
How has the camaraderie been like on set?
Well, it's a show business people, so everybody's lovely and everybody loves each other, and everybody, even if they don't act like it.
Yes,
It's all good.
exactly.
And this group though is very, very affectionate and calm.
So, of course, getting to have the director, Cole Meyer, work you through this one. How was that relationship been with you and Cole?
I dislike Cole intensely. That's a joke, of course, ladies and gentlemen. No, Cole is one of the sweetest, most easygoing directors I've ever been around.
So you get to work with HT and Jennifer as your co-stars on the screen. What is that like having them as your family in this film?
Well, we've definitely become a family after these like past year and a half. I don't know how long it's been. It's been a long time, and I know we've connected, we've come together, we goof off set and stuff, and I just feel like they're part of my family from just seeing them all these times and filming with them.
So you talked about this one being a musical. So when we know that fact about it, do you have anything in your past that you were able to lean on for this film?
I wanted to pursue opera music for a long time, but film was more the medium that I was interested in doing, so I'm glad that we have an opportunity to do something that could showcase some of that background and training.
So both of the feature films that you've done have had some flawed protagonists.
Yeah.
Do you have something that has made you gravitate towards writing these flawed characters?
Yeah, well, I mean, our lives itself are complicated. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie adaptation, but there's a famous scene I absolutely love with Brian Cox. And he talks about how if there's no conflict in your screenplay, then you don't have a movie.
Yeah,
So,
it's true.
so I like writing flawed characters, and just because we're all flawed people, we all have mistakes that we go through, and we learn from them. So that's kind of where I go.
Something else that's interesting about this film is you get to play, of course, a surrogate mother figure
Yes.
to Savannah, your character being Amy. What was that like, getting to use some of your motherly experience? Because you are a mother in real life. What was that like to bring that to this role?
Well, I have an 11-year-old son, so it's like the same.
Yeah.
It's like Savannah is my son. So I just sort of flipped that over, and we get along so well. I mean, it's like she's my little niece. You know what I mean? We get along so well naturally. She's got a great personality. She's a great kid. So it's a lot of fun being on set with her.
What is something that you think people are going to love about this film? What are they going to take away?
I would like to hope they will take away the understanding of loyalty and loss in a positive sense, not a negative sense.
So if you could describe this movie in a few words, are there a few words that come to mind?
There definitely is. It's very heartwarming. It's about family coming together, splitting apart, coming back together. It's about a huge family, it's very, joy, it's happy. But there's also sad parts, too, like when he leaves, and it's family.
When you were taking on this role, what was different about this role than maybe some of the other roles you've played before?
I think just the gregarious nature of Travis Hunter. He's just kind of a good old guy in some ways, but he's kind of stupid and he made a lot of mistakes in his past. And I think he's very human, very relatable. I think that's what makes him different than some of the other roles I've played, which are a little bit more one-dimensional in terms of the kind of portrayals I've done.
So something that is probably one of the most fun facts about this film that I think anyway, is that you actually wrote the songs on this film.
Yeah.
Being a first-time songwriter, what was that process like for you to get from start to finish and have these completed songs?
It's crazy because I, as a kid, all I did was write Weird Al kind of parodies. So now to go and start penning, all these different songs, I had to actually kind of go back to what I love, talking about country music, and just listen to people that I gravitated towards and trying to mimic what they did. So yeah, it's a really interesting process to go from somebody that's never wrote songs to now I can say that I wrote 9, and I don't know if HT wants me to keep writing, but I'll keep writing as much as possible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Was there any characters maybe in other films, Hollywood, that you've been able to look at and maybe help resemble in that character?
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff Bridges in Crazy Heart was
Yeah.
one big inspiration for me. I love that film. Bridges, and he carried himself much the same way I sort of deliver myself in this film.
So something also that I think for you is exciting is, of course, with years comes experience. What is something maybe that you've grown on since that first feature film that you brought into this one?
I knew that I wanted to get out of shorts. I said whatever I wanted to say with shorts and competitions, and I wanted to do features. And so I was very lucky enough to have HT re-enter into my life, and now we've created this partnership, and we're making films. And so I think what I learned on the first film is just kind of don't be afraid to dive in.
Okay, I don't want to start any fights on set, of course, but who maybe has been the most fun to work with?
That's an easy question to answer. Everybody.
Everyone.
Everyone. I love my crew. I love my cast.
As the writer of this film, what's something that you hope the audience takes away after they've seen it?
Yeah, so I believe that everybody has redeeming qualities about them, and so this is kind of a redemption story. I'm not going to spoil anything, but Travis learns from mistakes, and he goes and tries to fix them. So that's what I feel everybody's capable of. So whatever is bothering you, you had a certain problem in your life, you can retrace your steps and create your own hand.